Everyone, and welcome to Disney Cruise Line's private island in the Bahamas, Castaway Cay. Castaway Cay is our favorite part of a Disney Cruise Line cruise, and we look forward to this port the most. Today, we are doing something completely different. We are running the Castaway Cay 5K. So that's how we're starting our morning. We're going to be one of the first to get off the ship.
Hey, who's excited? Well, first of all, give yourselves a round of applause. I don't know if you like to run or you just feel guilty about the food that you've been eating, but you woke up, so give yourselves a round of applause. That is a good start. In just a few minutes, we're going to head down to the gangway and we'll be the first ones to leave the ship, okay? We want to make sure that we're there nice and early. So everybody have those key to the world cards out and ready. That's how you get accounted for, so you need to tap those to get up and on the ship. If you are an adult over the age of 18, you're going to require a photo ID. You don't need to leave the ship. You need it at the end of the day when you want to come back on the ship. So keep them away safe and sound until the end of the day. Now, this is a really important piece of information, okay? It could prevent you of getting off the ship, so everybody focus here. Do I have any adults? Take as a warm-up, okay? So it's not going to be about a 10-minute walk. Now we're going to be there, we'll reach the start line. When we get to the start line, there's going to be a big bin to your right. If you want to drop anything, you can leave it there. That bin just gets closed and it's just for us, okay? So that's going to be by the bicycle rental. You have a few minutes there to stretch, show off, do whatever you want to do, and then we'll get started with the race. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the track, okay? You're going to start this nice and easy run all the way here. And when you reach this point, that's going to be the first time you're going to see your cheerleaders. Don't get too excited, that's just us, okay? We'll be there holding water for you, making sure that we cheer you up. And that's going to be right up here, first time you see us. It's going to be right before you enter something I like to call the loop of death.
We're on this side of the ship.
Do you want to hear any jokes? Do you really? I never get that in. Alrighty. How did Mickey save Minnie from drowning? Mouse to mouse resuscitation. Do you get it? Because like mouse is like mouse.
Yeah, we get it.
Mouse to mouse.
Jared and I both really enjoyed the Castaway Cay 5K. It was a nice, easy run, very flat, so no elevation changes, great scenery, you're running on an island. How often do you get that opportunity? So that was amazing to take advantage of. Of course, the only complaint is the heat. Even though Disney tries to do this very early in the morning, it is still warm. You have that Bohemian sun. It is, of course, not as warm as it would be if they did it later in the day. It's nice to get out there early, get that run in. Everyone gets a medal, so whether you walk or run, it is not a competition. Just have fun with it. It's something to do, something different on a cruise. Unfortunately, we couldn't film it because we do not have a camera that is stable enough to film while we run at this point. However, we will do it in the future. The best part of the Castaway Cay 5K is that when the race is over, you have the island basically to yourself until the remaining passengers get off the ship. It's a great time to snap some pictures of the island before the crowds take over, and of course, we were the first in line to get our picture with Mickey Mouse. After our run, what we did was we spent some time on the family beach, which we did not do the last time we visited Castaway Cay. We actually were in the adults-only beach. This time we had an excursion booked in the afternoon, and we didn't want to spend too much time traveling back and forth from the main beach to the adults only beach, which is located at the opposite end of the island. We wanted to maximize relaxation before we had to head to our excursion. We just set up camp on the family beach. It is definitely a lot noisier than the adults only beach. It's also very crowded. Something to keep in mind if you are looking for a relaxing beach, a more quiet environment, definitely spend the time down in the adults only beach. They also have the barbecue there as well. You do not have to come down to the family beach for the barbecue. You can keep the two areas completely separated, which again, Disney does such a great job.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Oh my goodness.
It's going down.
Oh my gosh.
Swimming around and circling you like a shark.
With our excursion to the sandbar in under an hour, it's time for an early lunch. Mahi-mahi, chicken, hamburger. Got a little bit of everything going on here.
Get here early because it gets busy.
Plenty of tables if you get here early. It is 11:45.
Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Good.
My name is Lottie. I want to welcome you guys aboard our Richard Hull Sandbar tour. Your captain will be...
We planned this excursion ahead of time, so of course we cannot control the weather. It wasn't really cooperating. It was sunny and then it was cloudy and then it was kind of raining. The water was very choppy. Not only the ride from our ship out to the sandbar, but of course the entire time we were snorkeling, it was hard to stand up. Definitely a workout.
Oh boy.
We have a stingray greeting our boat. Our entire excursion was 2 hours in length, and it cost $77 a person, regardless of if you are an adult or a child. Children do have to be at least 8 years in age to participate. A snorkel and a mask were included, so that was part of the excursion. Life jackets were optional. I chose to wear one because the water was really rough and I'm not that strong of a swimmer. Total excursion is 2 hours, and you are actually on the sandbar itself for about an hour. Guests are not required to snorkel, but it is certainly a perk. Aside from snorkeling, they also offer a rum tasting, so some rum cocktails are included with the excursion for guests 21 and over. Another item to consider with this excursion is that you will be transported by a small speedboat from Castaway Cay to the sandbar. It's about a half an hour on the speedboat. Jared is not a fan of boats. It took me years to get him on board a cruise ship, and those are massive vessels compared to these tiny speedboats. So if you have anyone in your party who is adverse to small boats, choppy waters, high speeds, this is definitely not the excursion for them. This was not our first time in Castaway Cay, so we were looking for something different to do on this trip. We've previously done other Castaway Cay excursions like parasailing. This time we thought we would do something different with the Sandbar Adventure. It was a great experience aside from the choppiness of the water and the weather. The very first time we went to Castaway Cay, we experienced the island itself. We enjoyed the beaches, we rented bikes, we did all kinds of things on the island itself. If you're planning a Disney cruise with a stop in Castaway Cay, definitely explore the island and check it out. Excursions like this are definitely fun, but we wouldn't recommend them for first-time visitors. Now that our excursion is over, our time in Castaway Cay has sadly come to an end. We are back on board the Disney Dream and we are getting ready to sail away. There is so much to do in Disney Cruise Line's private island of Castaway Cay. If you are thinking about booking a Disney Cruise Line cruise that stops in Castaway Cay, we highly recommend it.
Just about everybody's off the beach.
Where do you see it? You still see people?
The lifeguards are still out.